Donald Trump, a man who loves a good deal, promised Americans something irresistible on the campaign trail: cheaper groceries. Drill, baby, drill, he declared, convinced that more American oil would magically lower the price of everything, including your morning cereal. But 2 weeks into his presidency, those promises are starting to taste a little stale. Americans aren't seeing more money in their pockets at the grocery store. They're seeing red. Prices are up and people are feeling the pinch. Since Trump took office, grocery prices have climbed like a vine up a Trump tower. Eggs, once a breakfast staple, are now practically luxury goods, with prices up a whopping 36.8%. Remember that while Trump promised guys, it turns out it's built of egg cartons, and Americans are paying for it every time they go shopping. Democrats are, of course, not letting Trump forget his promises. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a vocal critic of the administration's economic policies, has been particularly sharp in her rebuke. People are struggling to put food on the table, she stated, and this administration is more concerned with giving tax breaks to billionaires. So why are food prices soaring like a bald eagle on a sugar rush? Well, it's complicated, like a Trump family dinner. One word: bird flu. This nasty avian plague has decimated poultry farms, sending the price of eggs and chicken skyrocketing. Add to that a string of unfortunate weather events like droughts that have parched crops and driven up the cost of meat, and you've got a recipe for culinary chaos. But it's not just Mother Nature who's messing with our menus. The global supply chain, still reeling from the pandemic and Trump-era trade wars, is a tangled mess. Think of it like a game of Jenga played with shipping containers, where one wrong move sends prices tumbling. Upwards, of course. And let's not forget about the little guys, the farmers and truckers who bring food to our tables. They're facing labor shortages and rising fuel costs, which, you guessed it, get passed down to us, the hungry consumers. Democrats argue that Trump's policies, particularly his trade wars and tariffs, have only added fuel to the fire. Like an overcooked steak, they argue, these policies have made everything tougher and more expensive. They're calling on the administration to use its powers to crack down on corporate price gouging, promote competition in the food industry, and invest in strengthening the supply chain. Basically, they want Trump to put down the Twitter phone and pick up a spatula, metaphorically speaking. Economists, those killjoys of the financial world, offer a sobering perspective. They warn that bringing down food prices is like trying to herd cats, difficult and likely to end in scratches. They suggest that some price increases are simply the invisible hand of the market at work, while others are driven by factors beyond any president's control. The Trump administration, for its part, acknowledges that grocery bills are a bit hard to swallow these days. They claim to be working on the problem, promising to unleash the might of American energy production and undo the damage of past administrations. But critics argue that these are long-term solutions to a problem that's biting right now. For now, it seems Americans are stuck between a rock and a hard place, or perhaps more accurately, between an empty stomach and an empty promise. The question remains, can Trump deliver on his promise of cheaper food, or will Americans be left with nothing but crumbs? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain, two things for sure. The grocery store aisles are about to get a whole lot more interesting. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so that you can keep up with the latest content. Bye for now.